my name is Susanna Mills, and I'm the deputy editor of the American Philatelist. So, the theme of the December issue is the Universal Postal Union. In today's world, most people can get by without thinking about how the mail system, especially the mail system internationally, works. And that's because in 1874, a whole host of countries met up in Switzerland and they formed the General Postal Union, which is today known as the Universal Postal Union. Before the formation of the UPU, pretty much every country had their own treaties that they would make with other countries that would determine how mail would go in between them. So this issue, what we decided to do was cover a couple of topics relating to the UPU. We have a book review. We have some modern day philately related to the UPU. And there's even more that we had no way of getting to. But it's this foundational topic that's really important. Just to pull back the curtain a little bit, I'm going to read the name of the article off my sheet because we do not call articles, when we're working on them, we don't call them by their actual full titles. So this one is called How a Territorial Dispute Made the Universal Postal Union Declare Stamps Illegal. And it's written by Alex Chaplin. When we were working on it, we just called it UPU Illegal Stamps Mandate, which you'll agree is much less wordy. Anyway, so the deal with this article is that it's extremely up to date. It's about how these stamps that are issued by the British Indian Ocean Territory have been declared illegal by the UPU, and this is the result. That happened in mid-August of this year, so it's this is current events right here. Anyway, so it's very exciting because you don't often see a big event in postal history happening right in front of you, and we're witnessing it right now. And this is also not something that has happened. The UPU has not done this before. So we got a little piece of extremely current postal history in this issue. And the exciting thing is that we are sure to get even more news coming up in the next few months, next few years, and have the opportunity to, add updates. And the author is very excited to continue researching it and do that. I do have a few. So we have another article called Impacts of Regional Postal Unions by Dr. Charlie Barber. And this article, I realized pretty early while editing it, needed several maps. And these were maps that did not exist and I would not be able to find. So I mentioned to Charlie that I really wanted to be able to show all of the countries that are members of these different regional postal unions, essentially show a map of the world and come up with a really good key. And he said, yes, go for it. That's so ambitious. And I was like, I agree. And then we took it to Chad, our graphic designer, and gave him the concept, and he did a stunning job, and it's a really useful map. That's actually something that we do quite often. We want to have some creative element and some creative educational element that we include in the magazine, and it doesn't exist yet. So, with help from the author and help from our graphic designer, we can make them happen and, make the magazine look better. So January is our stamp catalog special issue, and this is an extremely ambitious project, and it's along the same veins as our previous extremely ambitious projects, and those were the research issue, February 2021, the Stamp Collector's Buyer's Guide, which was in March 2021, and the auction issue, which was in June. So here we have the stamp catalog special issue, and you may be wondering why this requires its own dedicated issue. So when I first started at the APS, I knew nothing about philately. I knew nothing about stamps, and one of the first things that I picked up to learn more was the Scott catalog. And so flipping through the Scott catalog, I was able to familiarize myself with so many aspects of collecting that are essential to understanding the hobby. It's this extremely valuable resource, and that guides the language that we use. Like, it gives us a shared language between collectors where you can communicate with others. So the catalogs that we use are extremely important. And then we also get into really specialized catalogs, and those give us information on our very particular collecting areas that other catalogs are not going to be able to share. So essentially, the catalogs that people use are both very personal, but also connect them with other collectors. It gives us a common language that we can use to describe the way that we collect. And it also shapes the way that we build our collections. So that's why it deserves its own issue. Also, there are more catalogs out there than anyone could dream of counting, which gives us a lot of room to play with. We could easily publish only about catalogs for the next 12 months and still not cover everything. So this is our attempt to start covering that topic, and with any luck, it's going to be an issue that people will want to save and return to over and over and over again, just from the value of the information in it. So that's what we're going for.